Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're all doing well. If you are here, just let me know that you can hear and see me because, Mercury goes retrograde tomorrow and we are in the pre shadow, so anything is possible. Bernadette, I know you were so excited for tonight. I'm excited and I don't know. I don't want to say concerned, but we're in for some very, very intense energy. We really are. So I'm sending you all some Palo Santo. And even though you can't smell it or see it in person, the energy is still being sent to you. So just let this cleanse, ground you, and let's hang out for the next, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, it depends. Hey, Tasha. Okay, we're going to let the Palo Santo burn now. So, if you are new here, welcome to our circle. And those of you that are returning, I love and really cherish this time that we spent together. Hey, Amy. So, today actually, is the new moon in Aries. It is also a solar eclipse. TJ, what's up? So this solar eclipse is not your typical solar eclipse. It is considered a hybrid solar eclipse, which is very, very rare. And I wrote down what it means. So it's the phase between the total solar eclipse and the annular, which is the ring of fire around the moon, which is very rare. So we have the new moon in Aries, which is a fire sign. And fire governs our action, our passion, our spark. So tomorrow, Mercury goes into retrograde, and I'm not an astrologer, but I know that Saturn is moving into Pisces, Uranus is in Taurus. Like all these planets aligning are bringing us some very, very national, what do they call it? Pot day, weed day, marijuana day, whatever it is. So if you happen to smoke, today would be a very enlightening day to smoke. And those of you who don't smoke, maybe you should smoke, at least for today, because it will open and activate certain parts in your brain that will align with these energies. And if you're open to a spiritual, it's not an awakening, it's more like an ascension, today is the day to do it. So everyone go out and smoke tonight. So the next full moon on May 5th will be a total lunar eclipse. So we are in eclipse season. So anything that we're encountering between the new moon and the full moon eclipse, the eclipse energy, will be hanging out with us for the next 6 months. So be prepared. Yes, ma'am, on your birthday. On your birthday. You lunatic. So naturally, of course, when the moon is in your sign, you're going to feel it more intensely, especially if you have a lot of that sign or the planet that governs that sign in your chart. You're going to feel it in those houses, wherever, like for instance, wherever you have Aries in your house, that's where it's going to affect you the most. So let's talk about the retrograde. Don't plan on anything working out. However, if you are kind of resisting starting something new, now one eclipse on Pate and another on Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, that's true. It's a sign. We need to be drinking and smoking for the whole eclipse season. So if you're putting something off because you're not sure if you should start it, or you think you're not prepared, or blah, 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 actually during a retrograde is the perfect time to do it, because if you screw it up, you blame Mercury, right? It's not going to work out, but you will still get the lessons that you need to learn. So when you do it again, or you try a different route, most likely it will work out. So don't beat yourself up if you start something during a retrograde and it doesn't work out. It's not supposed to. A retrograde is about, remember, when a planet goes retrograde, it's not really going backwards. It's slowing down. So it looks like it's going backwards, but it's really not. Mercury governs communication and technology. So if you've been having phone and computer issues and something with the mail, if you're planning any flights and lately, everything is all chaotic, it's only going to get worse tomorrow for the next 3 weeks, because that's what Mercury governs. It is a time to rethink, reevaluate, renew, revisit. All the re's is what Mercury is about. So if you can remember where you were last eclipse season, which let's say last year around this time, to make it somewhat easy, there are things that you may have planned that you didn't follow through, or they didn't work. It's going to show back up during the retrograde, because it's time for you to reevaluate it and start again. So anything that didn't work out, or you were afraid to start, and now lately you're thinking about it again, this is the time to start it. And remember, don't expect it to go perfect. So you perfectionists out there, relax. Smoke a joint, relax, because it's not going to work out. At least not the way you think. It doesn't mean it's going to fail. It's just not going to go the way you think it should go. So, oh my God. So solar flares and geometric changes are, and this is because Pluto is shifting into another sign. Don't be surprised if you hear more earthquakes, tsunamis, intense weather. That's just Earth purging herself, just as we are, so she can acclimate to the fifth dimensional energies. Now, Saturn, which is the planet of karma, and it kind of governs the 3D world, like the material world, the lower frequency of the material world. She's going into Aquarius, which is the age of Aquarius. And when Saturn ends something, she doesn't do it quietly. She goes out with the bang. So expect a lot of economic changes, government changes, global changes, people who are in charge of shit, or they think they're in charge of shit. We're going to be hearing about a lot of shit over the next couple of months. So what's really important for everyone right now is to stay grounded. When you feel overwhelmed or too much chaos, do something that calms you. Like, for instance, I like going outside and talking to nature, and I like talking to the trees, and I just observe the trees. Like, if it's a little crooked, I'm like, wow, that tree went through so many storms, and it kind of just went with the flow, and it continued to grow. It didn't break. Something like that. Something that brings you back to this source energy, this divine energy, and nature will always do that. So when you feel overwhelmed, smoke a joint, grab a drink, and go outside. And I swear you'll feel so much better. No, I'm only kidding. But it's very important for us to find time for ourselves, to readjust our energy, to ground, to replenish our energy. It's really important. And don't take everything so seriously right now. Okay? Because communication is not, it's going to be rough. Okay. So don't take what people say so personal. I know it's hard, but, and don't take it personal when they misunderstand you, because that's Mercury, you know. So Mercury, he's going to kick our ass a little bit for the next 3 weeks. And just remember where it's coming from. If you are emotionally overwhelmed, or you're having some kind of breakdown, or you feel that you're so sensitive to everything around you, it's all part of these energies that we are in right now. One, you're not going crazy. Maybe you're already crazy, but you're not getting any worse. Two, it is the energies. It's not you. It's not something you did. It's not something someone else did. It's something for you to connect within yourself. Why am I feeling this way? Or like, where is this coming from? Why am I taking it so personal if I never did this before? I wasn't this sensitive. So sensitivity is, yeah, it's going to be elevated. So, okay, so all I did was write down, it's a great day for spiritual elevation with weed, 420. That was the extent of my notes. So, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, and just know we are all in this together. We are all feeling it in our own way. So this is the perfect time to like withdraw from everyone and kind of like, I don't want to say like disconnect and be in complete solitude, but it's a good time to do that. If social media is getting on your nerves, then take a break. If certain people that are in your life are getting on your nerves, take a break from them. This is about us connecting with yourself and making yourself feel somewhat peace in this chaos. So tonight's reading, those of you who are new, I am going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick the deck you're drawn to, because that's the message that you need to hear, or maybe change your perspective. All the decks are going to resonate with, probably with you, but they all resonate with each other. Tonight's meditation, after I do the reading, we're going to do meditation, but because of the energy that we're in, we're not going to do the traditional meditation. I will be doing a energetic healing type meditation. So, and this, afterwards, drink a lot of water. Just know if you are tired, which most likely you will be within a half hour, you're going to feel like drained. Nap, veg, do whatever it is to rest. Don't push yourself to do something that you're not going to have the energy to do. And know that for the next couple of weeks, this energy is going to be working, clearing out stuff. So either journal or take notes, or just be mindful of what shows up, because it is part of the healing meditation that we're going to be doing tonight. I feel it's much needed for us, maybe because I need it. I don't know. But I think it's a good time to do healing. So tonight's theme is prosperity and magical powers. Prosperity, yeah, things are changing, especially if you are elevating your vibration to 4th, 5th dimensional. And don't worry if you're in it. How do I know? You'll know, because you do not resonate with the 3rd dimensional world anymore. We are in it, so we have to bounce in and out because it's there, but it just doesn't make sense to you anymore. Or like you don't care to see the news, or you really don't give a shit what's going on because you know it's coming to an end. That's how you know you're in a higher frequency. So the higher your frequency right now, the more prosperity you will receive, simply because we are creators. And our idea of prosperity, everyone has a different idea to begin with, But when we're talking about prosperity and money, money is changing, and we don't know how it's going to change. So remember, your currency is your energy, period. You want to be a billionaire, then raise your vibration to a billionaire frequency. It has nothing to do with money, because we don't know what's going to happen. Hey, Toddy, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the direction. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And I hear some people talking shit. Nobody knows. This has never happened on earth the way it's happening right now. So this really is a biblical time. It really is. And we all chose, because maybe we were stoned, I don't know, we all chose to come here at this time to be a part of the new earth and the great awakening. And this is it. If you thought it was going to be like unicorns, and rainbows, no. It's what we're going through. And it will get better. It will be easier to handle the energies. We will have more understanding and empathy for one another. It's that we're clearing out old programming. And this is programming that came from generation to generation. I mean, centuries of programming we are getting rid of. So that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. A lot of ancestral clearing is going on. It's always going to go on until we are completely in the fourth, fifth dimension. But in order for us to fully get there and totally disconnect from the third dimension, we got to clear out a lot of shit. And as we do it, it gets easier and easier to handle and deal with everything. So this is going to be, I feel like this phase that we're in, the rest of 2023, is the home stretch. I don't know why. I just feel like it's the home stretch. If we can use the energies and clear out as much as we can, years to come will become easier and easier. So this is the hardest part, what we're going through right now. So wear a helmet, knee pads, elbow, like seat belts, whatever you need, but just hang in there, because it's not as long as you think. Okay? So now I know this is going to shake. And yes, I'm still in my bedroom on the table, still unpacking, still can't get my shit together. But I will try not to shake the camera. Okay, so remember, pick the deck that you're drawn to. This is deck number 1. If you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 1. This is deck number 2. If you're drawn to this card, you are deck number 2. I forgot to write down. Okay, because I try to timestamp them when I'm done. And this is deck number 3. If you're drawn to this, you are deck number 3. Let me know when you choose your deck. I'm going to show them again. Deck number 1. Deck number 2. And deck number 3. TJ, you put period. What is that supposed to mean? I don't get it. All right, so. Okay. So everyone picked their deck. Great. Try not to move the table as much. Yeah, you know what got me? And TJ, this reminds me of the farm. Because deck number 1 has a peacock feather. And TJ manages a farm, and we used to go there and pick the peacock feathers. And he has a shit ton of them. So if you chose this, you are deck number 1. She feels, she knows. Okay, so this is the number 22. And when I was showing the cards, the number 2 keeps showing up. So either you're seeing the number 2 a lot, like 222, or there's something with the number 2. And the other thing that I'm feeling, if not everybody, this could be somebody specific. The number 2 is letting you know that a partnership is about to begin. And the partnership could be romantic, business, whatever. But there's something that somebody's been waiting on, whether it's romantic or business. And the number 2 is letting the repetitiveness of the number 2 is letting them know that you're on the right path. Just hang in there. Okay, so we're going to start. For some reason, I feel the need to start with your spirit animal, which is Hawk, the messenger. Now, this card also made me feel, because it's she feels, she knows, and this is your abilities, your psychic abilities. So definitely a feeler, and maybe and or a medium, because you have the messenger card. So maybe this is why they wanted me to do these 2 cards together. A messenger could be anything. It could be that you're getting messages from people who have crossed over. It could be you're getting messages from your higher self, angels, guides, whatever, and you're supposed to deliver information to other people. So the messenger part's making me feel like you are the communicator. You are to deliver messages. So either through feeling, hearing, seeing, however you receive the information, you are to deliver it. But I'm also feeling there's some resistance because you're second guessing this gift. So there's a part of you that wants to communicate like a message, but you're not sure how the other person is going to take it. And what if you're wrong? Don't think that. If it's coming to you, it's definitely part of your gift. And I feel like your gift is evolving, and now it's time to put yourself out there. Now, here's the Hawk's message. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Yeah, there's something about your gifts, and either you're thinking about doing something with these gifts, but either you're not trusting them or you're second guessing it. You're worried about being wrong, and everybody feels that. Okay, if you're wrong, no big deal. Look at how many people made. Look at what they did with the pandemic. Did anybody get an apology? No, and they were very wrong. So don't worry about being wrong. It's coming from an authentic place. It's coming from a place from your heart. There's no agenda behind it. So just remember that. If there is no agenda behind it, communicate it. The agenda would be if you're trying to manipulate someone. But if you really get a message for someone, just communicate it. Let them take it however they take it. Maybe they're meant to hear it and respond immediately. And maybe it might be next week, next year. You don't know. So just put it out there, and don't be afraid to take the next steps towards something much bigger, because something is shifting for you. So let's go with your chakra. I couldn't think for a minute. Third eye chakra, heart chakra, third eye chakra, crown chakra, and sacral chakra. Got a lot of chakras here. So the 2 that are the most where you're storing some energy is your heart and your crown. Your crown chakra is your connection to source energy, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say source energy. That is your connection. This is how you receive information. Also, this is where it's coming from. It's not coming from your mind. It's coming from something bigger. Hey, Lynn. Then you have your heart chakra. So this is kind of confirming that you have a little resistance when it comes to trusting your gift, and your not just inspiration, but the guidance you're getting. Like, you're getting these feelings to take action and do something, and you like run to the ledge and then you stop, and you run and then you stop, because you're definitely overthinking. Lynn, you always have a hard time with the messages. I don't know why, with the comments. So, and this is the number 22. See, there's the number 2 again. Okay, so this is the confirmation of the number 22. Now, if this has to do with relationships, either you're communicating with someone on a mental level, like through your mind, maybe they're not in physical form with you at the moment, but you're closing off your heart when it comes to trusting yourself. Don't put faith in something like this, like another reader. Don't put faith in me to help you decide what to do. You have to trust yourself and let me validate what you already feel, what you already know. Use it as a validation. Don't use it in place of your own intuition. So I hope that makes sense. I also feel like for some, either you're in school and you're changing like a course, or you're changing like what you're studying, or you're thinking about studying something new or learning something new. There's something you that keeps crossing your path that you feel drawn to learn more about. Don't be afraid to do it if you don't like it. Once you learn it. I literally have a binder, no joke. Marian knows. I have a binder of degrees, certifications, a binder. What does it mean? Nothing. These were all things I wanted to study for myself. Am I doing everything in that? No, no. But it's my accomplishments. It's something that interests me at some one time, but that doesn't mean you have to do it for the rest of your life. So if you're drawn to learning something new, just learn it. Learn it until you're not interested anymore, and then move on to something else that you're drawn to. Because this learning thing is going to lead you to something bigger. So don't be afraid. Don't like hold yourself like, when they tell like high school kids, oh, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Who the fuck knows what we're going to do for the rest of our life? How can you ask a 17-year-old kid that and expect them to have an answer? Like, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Life shows you. You can't sit there and decide, oh, I'm going to be this. Because people who have done that later on in life, they change careers, they change directions. So don't be afraid to learn something new, but it is going to lead you to something bigger. Then it comes to your third eye chakra, which is visions. So you're getting a lot of, I keep feeling the word inspiration, but that's not what I want to say. It's more than inspiration. Oh, is it, Lex? I don't know why. That might be on your end. I'm not sure. Is anyone else having a hard time hearing me? Let me know. So it's not inspiration. It's more than that. It's like, I can't even think of a word. It's leading you to something. For instance, almost like a deja vu. Let's say you got a vision about something, and then a week later you have like this deja vu moment because that triggered something of this thought. That's what I'm trying to say. It's something that your highest self, your future self, is sending you from the future for you to see, so you can go in that direction. I hope that makes sense, because I really don't know how to put this into words other than that little story. Oh, Amy can't. Is everybody having a hard time hearing me? I blame Mercury. Because on my volume thing, it oh, okay, thanks, Bernadette. So it's like you're receiving little visions, like snapshots from your future self. So don't overthink it, don't overanalyze it. Just, it's kind of nudging you into a specific direction. And it's not like you're on the wrong path. You're definitely not on the wrong path. You're on the right path. It's just that I feel like you're at a crossroad, and you're afraid, and we all do that. You're afraid to choose because you don't want to choose the wrong one. But no matter which path you choose, it's still going to lead you to where you're meant to be. So don't be afraid to explore and do something different and out of your comfort zone. Then we have the sacral chakra. And I feel like this has to do also with this when it comes to relationships. Okay, so because of the Mercury retrograde, someone from your past may show up. And, or maybe you think of this person, or, like people you may know, maybe they'll show up on one of those stupid things. And it's someone from your past. There's some kind of resistance when it comes to being vulnerable and open. Like maybe this relationship has caused you, or you believe that it caused you to feel this way. But I feel like you're transitioning into a new relationship if you're not in a relationship. If you are in a relationship, the same thing applies, just, wherever it fits, it fits. But I feel like you're evolving when it comes to being more vulnerable and transparent. Like maybe you have a hard time when it comes to like the way you look, for instance, right? You don't feel sexy, you don't feel desirable because you've been in a slump. Don't be afraid to make that change so you can feel that way and not worry about how other people are going to respond to that. This is what you feel like doing. Or when it comes to communication, if you're in a relationship and you have this rut or routine that you guys are always in, something is changing where a different approach needs to take place. So don't be afraid to make that change and shake things up a little bit, because this is some kind of expansion when it comes to your heart and trusting your heart, and it has to do with being vulnerable. So some vulnerability issues going on here. I hope that makes sense. It's a little hard when you do a collective reading because it's so many different feelings, and sometimes those feelings are hard to communicate. Throat chakra, there you go, the communication. Material harvest, spiritual union, and memories of love. This is the person from your past. This is not a sign that you are meant to be with this person. Maybe for someone, yeah, but there's something about this person that you're hopeful they would change, and then you see them again after a long period of time and you're like, yeah, they changed, but they didn't. And you will feel that. So don't be afraid to communicate what you feel or what you want out of life, the relationship, whatever it is. Now, this is for those that are in a relationship already. Remember, I said that something's changing your routine, that you're in a little rut, especially when it comes to communication and shake things up? Don't be afraid, because this is going to elevate your relationship. Like, it's going to take your relationship to the next level. And I don't care if you're married 50 years. There is some kind of spiritual evolution the two of you together will experience that will take your relationship to a whole new level. But that change has to take place. And if you're watching this, you are the one to encourage that change, communicate that change. Don't wait for them to do it, because it's not going to happen. It is you, the one that's listening. You're the one that needs to communicate that change. Material harvest. So this one, I feel like there's either an inheritance or someone, or you're coming into money. This has to do with money. So, and this money could come to you in many different ways. Yeah, sure, tax returns, but it's more than what you expected. So if you were expecting money, it's going to surprise you with more than what you expected. If you have no idea where this money is coming from, then it's a surprise. So don't worry about it. It could also be like a raise, a promotion with the bonus. This is this has to do with money. But I also feel like your way of thinking has changed. Either you always looked through the eyes of like scarcity, like the things you didn't have, and maybe you're changing the way you see things. You're appreciating the things you have, or you realize how blessed you really are. It was a mindset change that's bringing this money in. That's what that feels like. So you have a new start is coming. Have faith in your dreams. Here's the vulnerability. Show the world the real you. Throat chakra, communication is key. You are good enough. And a time to give rather than take. And this one I feel so strong that it's about sharing your gifts with the world. Like you as the messenger. For some of you, I feel like that messenger is like speaking engagements. Like maybe you'll be speaking, or I don't know, something with speaking. Like seminars, something like that. Don't be afraid to do it, because it's taking you on an interesting ride to a very, very beneficial place. So your angel message is don't stop. And then you have no. And your no is stop thinking of the worst. Stop thinking of the reasons why you can't take the next step or take action, or there's some kind of negative loop that you're in when it comes to, there's a part of you that wants to this change and do something different. And then there's another part of you that is convincing you that this isn't the way to go. This isn't the right time. This isn't the way to do it. Just don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. Trust your dreams, your visions, your inspiration. That's what you need to trust, because it's showing you already. So you already see this. You already see what it is. So now I'm going to pick out an affirmation card. So this is your affirmation for the rest of your life. Now, at least within this moon cycle. I am beautiful and everyone loves me. And then in the back it says, I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. And these are Louise Hay's affirmation cards. So I am beautiful and everybody loves me. I radiate acceptance and I am deeply loved by others. Love surrounds me and protects me. So that is your affirmation card. Deck number 1. I hope that resonated with you and was the validation that you need. And now we're going to go to deck number 2. If you chose this card, you are deck number 2. And this card is making me feel like that you're on a mission. You're on this path. And you're taking slow, steady steps. And I feel like the old version of you would be afraid of the unknown. Oh, good, Bernadette. I'm glad. But this new version of you is like excited about the unknown because you've done so much work on yourself. And I don't think you realize how far you've come. So if you go into this pause period with this retrograde and things might not be going the way you expect them to go, just review where you were a year ago, 10 years ago, and who you are today. And give yourself credit for who you've become and all the work you've done. That's what that card feels like to me. So, oh, you got a lot of chakra cards too. We have root chakra, heart, solar plexus, and sacral chakra. So because you have chakras 2 and 3, which is your stomach region, you may be having stomach issues. You also may be very anxious because I feel a lot of anxiety, like a nervous stomach. And there are certain foods or drinks that just aren't agreeing with you. Your body's having a hard time either digesting them, or maybe, like, for instance, you always drank coffee and now all of a sudden coffee makes you jittery and you realize, I can't drink this shit no more. So I feel for you because I'm a coffee drinker, but this is your evolution and there's some stomach issues going on here. I do feel for someone, and this is not for everyone, so please don't be like, oh my God, I got to go to the doctor. But I do feel like someone has a hernia, that they've been having a pain, like not necessarily in the groin, but maybe just above the groin. And maybe they're mistaking it for something else. But you might want to get that checked out. If you don't know that you have a hernia, just get it checked out. And if you know that you have a hernia, you're like, shit, yeah, I just found out I have a hernia. Just know that you're storing a lot of residual energy in this space. And I would Google Louise Hay's metaphysical meaning of a hernia, because it always resonates. I mean, that's my doctor. You know, my WebMD is that book. You Can Heal Your Life. And every time there's, like, I just had a star in my eye 2 weeks ago. So right away I'm looking at the star and yeah, you know, it made sense. I was like, oh, working on that, putting drops in my eye. Couldn't see shit for like 3 days. But we all store energy in certain places, and deck number 2 is storing it in the stomach area. However, you've done a lot of progress evolving. So you will not have a hard time healing this aspect of you. So just know that it's nothing bad. It's just be mindful where you're storing it. And when we do the meditation, just be mindful where you're feeling things in your body. Just be mindful of it, acknowledge it, just observe, and let the energy do what it needs to do. So I feel like with this card, you have a lot of supportive people around you. You just don't give them the opportunity to support you because maybe you're like, I'll do it myself kind of person. And you're not giving others the opportunity to support you, at least to support you as fully as they do. And this one is also about you being open to receiving. So if you, I'm like that, so I feel you. But if you're the person that I'll do it myself, and you're so independent, you're not really open to receiving because you're independent, you don't need anybody to do anything for you. But I feel like everything has its polarity. And I feel that our purpose on this planet is to find balance between two extreme polarities, right? You can't be the giver only, and you can't be the taker only. You got to be in balance. And this is what I feel Mercury will be teaching you, the balance between the balance between the two polarities of whatever it is that you're experiencing. So yeah, you're independent, but then there are supportive people around you that want to help you, and they want that feeling of, wow, I did something for someone from their heart, not because they want something. You're denying them that opportunity by, I'll do it myself, and then overwhelm yourself. So just be mindful of where your mindset is and try to find that balance between the extremes. So I do feel like the anxiety is coming from financial issues, which I know a lot of people are going to feel that way, but especially like your home and your things. Whatever's out of your control is out of your control. You have to surrender to something else. And this is also what I'm talking about when it comes to, like, I'll do it myself. You have to surrender to something bigger. Something bigger than us has this plan that you, in spirit form, wanted to achieve while you were here. Now, just because we don't remember what it is doesn't mean our higher self and source energy doesn't remember. They do, and that's where they're leading you. So finding that balance of I'll do it and I surrender is really, really important for deck number 2. So surrender to what's out of your control, and just know that the best solution for your highest and greatest good will work out. You don't have to fix it or do something or find the solution. Just surrender to it and go with the flow. Which brings me back to the tree that I saw. I don't know, maybe go out in nature and connect. See how you resonate with a lopsided tree, for instance. It's surrendered, so it didn't break. That's kind of the message that I feel like nature could be giving you that will bring you into a different mindset. Because like I said, you're on a really amazing path and you've done a lot of healing on yourself. It's just, Mercury is always going to show you something that needs your attention. And that's pretty much what it is, finding the balance between the two. And then you'll see your stomach area is going to heal, because that's where you're storing a lot of your I guess we'll just call it anxiety, because there's like anger and resentment that I'm feeling, a lot of fear, but you're storing all that in your stomach area. So as you work through this lesson that you are in when it comes to finding balance between everything, you're going to see how everything is going to change to not just your advantage, but something that's going to shock the shit out of you, because there is no way you could have ever figured this out or got to the place you will be within the next 3 months. So hang in there, surrender to it. Oh, hey, Shelly, blessings. So your spirit animal is the lizard, which is regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Which goes back to what I said. Like, I just feel you've done a lot of healing. And not just like reinventing yourself, but you've done a lot of healing. So you're getting to the core of, I guess, what you believe is holding you back, but you're unaware of what it is. So, of course, mental conflict, which we've already addressed that, because the overthinking, the I'll do it, I'll figure it out. Spiritual strength. So that is your confirmation that this is, I don't even know how to put it into words. 3 months from now, you are going to be in a place that you could have never imagined. And not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, you're gonna feel like a whole different person. So start acknowledging now all the work you've done to become this version, because this new version of you is what's going to take you to the finish line. Movement, choices, decisions. So I do feel like when the home card came out, that there may be like either you're selling a home, or you're looking to move, or you're talking about moving, but there's like kind of resistance. You're not really sure. Trust the process. You don't have to figure it out right away. If it starts leading you in that direction, then that's the direction you go, and don't overthink it. Give it a shot. You don't know where it's going to take you, but there's a lot of changes going on in everyone's life right now, especially deck number 2. So I don't know, deck number 2 feels like a control freak, and that's why they're having a hard time. Not that everyone in deck number 2 is a control freak, but as if it fits, passion ignited, triumph, and so this, your passion, your fire will be ignited. Also, because you have the energy storage, we'll call it, in your second and third chakra, your stomach area, that's where your passion, your spark lies. So there's definitely healing that will be going on. So you don't have to figure it out. You're doing it without realizing you're doing it. Triumph. Truth. I mean, that's where it's going to lead you. So your angel cards are, you're ready, let go in the near future. And I feel like that has to do with that move, whether it's selling a house or moving or changing or moving to another state. There's a move that's taking place. There's definitely a move, and it's going to take you to exactly where you need to be. The answers you need are coming. Don't let your past hold you back. Doesn't it sound familiar? Balance spirituality and practicality. Don't let pride get in your way. And conclusions are within reach. And that's the full moon eclipse card, which is interesting. So the full moon eclipse is May 5th. So for some reason that stood out to me, the full moon eclipse. From now, within the next 2 weeks, there are some significant changes that are going to be taking place. And you're going to receive the clarity you need about these changes. Let's put it that way. Okay, you got 2. I now choose to free myself from all destruction, fears, and doubts. I accept myself and create peace in my mind and heart. I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. And I am worthy of loving. So remember your heart chakra. Remember letting go and allowing everyone around you to support you. So those are your chakra affirmation cards. Deck number 2, I hope that resonated with you. And now we're moving on to deck number 3. If you chose this card, you are deck number 3. Okay, so as soon as I pulled out this card, my throat is like itchy or scratchy. So if you chose deck number 3 and you have like a sore throat, care for yourself. Don't like just dismiss it and take like an Advil or something or ibuprofen. Really be kind to yourself and like take vitamin C, rest when you're tired, drink a lot of water. Care for yourself as you would care for a baby who didn't feel good. That's really what it is. That's what I felt with this card. And that definitely won't be for everyone, unless everyone that picked deck 3 has a sore throat. So, throat chakra, solar plexus, third eye chakra, and heart chakra. So, I feel like deck number 3. Okay, let's start with the intuition. So you've been receiving a lot of visions. Maybe you're dreaming crazy-ass dreams. And maybe they don't make sense, but there is hidden messages in those dreams that don't make sense. And don't worry about if you're not remembering the whole dream. Maybe you're remembering a small part of it. Then that's the part that you're meant to remember. And it's like a little puzzle. You have to piece these messages together because that's from your intuition, because it supports what you're passionate about, what fulfills you, what brings you happiness and joy. And it's something that maybe you dismiss it in yourself, or you haven't given yourself permission to embrace it or feel it or interact with it, whatever it is. There's something. If you feel like there's a missing piece, like you have a good idea of what the big picture is, but something's just not right, something is missing. It's what you're passionate about. It's what your dreams are telling you. So your dreams might be a certain time frame in your life. Let's say if it's from the past and it was like when you were in high school, or there's certain people that are in your dreams. Just kind of look at the bigger picture. Don't go Googling what does it mean when you dream of blah, blah, blah. The answer isn't there. The answer you already know. And you need to just take a deep breath, close your eyes and be like, okay, what is this image or dream, whatever it is, telling me? Whatever comes to your mind, trust that. Because only you know what the metaphors mean. No one can tell you what your metaphors mean. Because what a metaphor may mean to me might not mean that for you. So I can't tell you it means this, this, and that. Only you know that. Then we have this. So the solar plexus one it's saying personal boundaries. But it feels more like not just the unknown, but your intuition and what you're passionate about, even if it doesn't make sense. Just giving yourself permission and allow yourself to experience it is really enough. You don't have to figure out the whole thing, but you need to remind yourself that feeling, because I feel like it's a feeling. It is. It's this feeling you're going to get, and that's the missing piece. It's not necessarily the act itself. It's the feeling that it brings you that you're having a hard time accessing. Like this passion and this joy and this feeling of freedom. That's what I feel like it's showing you. It's trying to connect you to a feeling that you forgot how to access. Because then, remember, manifesting starts with an idea, right? Then we have a vision. But what really brings it to life, what really makes it materialize, is the feeling that we have it, the feeling that it brings us to have that. So I feel like that's the only thing that's missing. That's your missing piece, is this feeling of true joy and happiness, especially when it comes to having fun. Like maybe when you were a kid, your inner child used to like to do certain things and have fun and spend hours and hours and hours doing something. And you don't even remember you used to like doing that. And now your dream is showing you little signs, and then you're like, oh shit, I don't know. I used to like to play doctor when I was, a kid. Or I used to like teaching my dolls, because that's what I did when I was younger. And I didn't realize that, maybe I do like teaching, or maybe whatever it is that you enjoy doing, it's that feeling that's going to help you manifest what you truly are passionate about and what your purpose is. See, no one can tell you. I feel like you're looking outside of yourself for this answer, and you already have it. You already possess it. It's already there. So your card is the dog. Maya, I will die laughing if you pick deck number 3, the dog. Friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are inspirational. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. So then this stands out to me now, the personal boundaries. So this could be just for someone, maybe not everyone that chose deck number 3, this resonates with. But I feel like you've been sacrificing a lot of yourself to make other people happy. And this lesson is teaching you boundaries, because everything, remember, just like deck number 2, there's that balance between the two. Okay, hang on. My computer just started popping up. It's going to restart. It better not. Stupid Windows. I blame Bill Gates for this. My train of thought. Okay, so you're giving too much of yourself to other people to make other people happy, and you're finding that balance between the two. It feels good to do something for someone, to give unconditionally to someone. But when it starts to feel like a chore and an obligation, that's when the boundaries have to come in, because that's when you overwhelm yourself. And this is my biggest problem too. So I get it. I'm not preaching. I get it. And that's what I feel like this retrograde is teaching you, that balance to, it's great to give, but you also got to give to yourself. And you can't sacrifice to make someone else happy because you forgot what makes you happy. And now your dreams got to remind you what makes you happy, because you've given so much of yourself to everyone else that you forgot what makes you happy. That's what this lesson is. So, okay, we have, I want this deck. You have destiny, awareness, prosperity begins, positive movement forward, and temptation. And this little sucker, it could be a relationship, like a romantic relationship, but I'm feeling more of like a friend or relative that you kind of like grew apart from them, may be showing up because, thank you, Mercury, they may be showing up, but not much has changed. You've grown so much. You've evolved so much. And sometimes when we recognize that, we think everyone else is growing and evolving, and that's not true. This person is still the same person when you grew apart, or maybe you had it out with them or something. They will be popping back in. And I feel like it's more of a closure thing than anything else, because you're just not vibing with this person. Oh, do you really, Tati? Thank God. Not thank God. Thank God you know. So you're just not vibing with them. And because you are vibrating at a higher frequency, this is not going to work. I feel like this person wants something. They probably do miss you, but they miss what you give them because, don't forget, you have boundary issues. And everyone around you is so used to you giving, thinking you enjoyed, overwhelming yourself and draining your energy. And this person used to be front and center for that. So they may slither back in. Just know where it's coming from. It's more about closure. And forgiveness doesn't mean you accept this person back in your life. It means you accept the lesson that they taught you. You're grateful for it. Bye. That's really what it is. So you have a personal issue reaches resolution. Nothing is yet set in stone. So, and this goes for everyone. This goes for all of us. Nothing is set in stone. It never is, but it's definitely not ever going to be during this time. Things are going to work out the way they're meant to work out. And no matter what path we think we're on, like, oh, we're going in this direction. No, that's always going to change. But you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So you've come a long way. Take time to breathe out. And this is the one where I feel like take a break. Replenish your energy, especially during this retrograde. People will overwhelm you because you're the giver. Let me take care of everyone and and it feels good to do it until it doesn't. Know when to draw the line and take time for yourself and replenish your energy, just everything. And then reconnect to what makes you happy. And the universe is reminding you of what makes you happy. Don't dismiss the little subtle signs you're receiving. It's just that you kind of forgot. Surrender to the divine. Your angel messages. If you believe peaceful resolution. Meditation brings answers, and be assertive. Be assertive is part of your balance / boundary lessons, I guess, right? We could call them lessons. For all I know, that deck is meant for me. I don't know. I won't know until I watch it. I am safe. It's only change. Look, she's got her luggages. You may be taking a vacation soon. I feel like someone's flying somewhere. Like they're going to take a plane and visit someone or go on like some kind of trip. I don't know. That's what the luggages made me feel. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. My life gets better all the time. And that's your affirmation. See, I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences. Remember that when Mercury starts sending people from your past that you no longer vibe with, just remember that. It's part of a new experience, not necessarily that one. So, yeah, Lynn, I wish you would be coming here soon. Although you would be cursing me because it's so hot. We have like no winter. And yes, we have winter here in Florida. It's not like, snow or anything. It gets cold. It goes down to like, we have a few days that go down to like 30 and 40. That's cold to me. So now we are moving on to the meditation portion of the circle. So, what's a good week? Wait, what's today? Oh, today's Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. Our winter. Yes. 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 We have like a week of winter. This year we only had like literally a week of combined winter. And normally we would get like 3 or 4 months in the 70s and 60s, like bouncing around. This year was like 90. Like, what the fuck? 90 degrees in the winter? No. Oh, yeah, it kind of felt that way, Bernadette. But we had like a handful of days scattered through our winter season that was actually cold. I think I wore a jacket twice and I bitched that I was cold. And then it goes up to like 88, 92. It was so ridiculous. Yeah, Shelley, I remember Pennsylvania. You get all seasons in one day. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't deal with that. But I got PTSD from Pennsylvania. I can't even think about. I just can't. Okay, guys. So tonight's meditation, like I shared earlier, is going to be a healing meditation. Those of you who had done energy healing sessions with me, it may feel familiar. Those of you who are new to energy healing, just surrender to it, open yourself to it. You may feel cold, you may feel tingling, you may feel warm. Whatever you feel is fine. It's natural, it's normal. The more you connect to the energy, the more you're going to feel it. You might feel it vibrate, you might feel it like growing and expand. Um, it's perfectly fine. Afterwards, please, you will be thirsty. Drink a lot of water because energy needs water. Water conducts energy, right? It's a conductor of energy. And then when you use energy in your body, it kind of uses water. So drink a lot of water for the next at least 2 days. If you're not a water person, I know you're going to probably just drink water tonight and that's it, but at least the next 2 days. This Energy healing will continue to work for the next couple of weeks. Um, you're going to feel tired within like a half hour if you don't fall asleep during the meditation. Just listen to your body, listen to what it needs, and just do it. So just take a nap, veg, whatever you need, because when you clear things out energetically, your body needs to recalibrate, and our bodies recalibrate when we sleep. So drink a lot and then go to sleep. Just don't pee in your sleep. No, it's not going to happen. So you will feel this. If any of you feel you're gonna have like crazy dreams, if not tonight, sometime within the next few weeks, you're going to experience some bizarre dreams. Things are going to come up. I highly suggest that you write them down or keep some kind of journal, if especially if this is the first time you're doing energy healing. Oh, Toddy, put your seatbelt on after this one. Just keep a record of what you're experiencing because it is part of the healing. So get comfy. Don't hold the phone. Put it on like speaker, Bluetooth, whatever, so you don't have anything to think about. If you want to lay down, even better. If you can't, then just sit, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in, and let out a big sigh, and just observe how your body relaxes. You're going to breathe in, and as you exhale, you feel your body relax. Inhale, exhale. Now imagine a golden light just above the top of your head. And this light is spinning so quickly, so brightly. And you open yourself to receiving this divine energy to flow in through the top of your head. And as this golden energy touches your scalp, you immediately feel your scalp relax. And you can feel the warmth and love of this light. Slowly, it moves down your forehead, relaxing your forehead, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your ears, your jaw. Feel it flowing down your neck, relaxing your shoulders. Feel the warmth relaxing, moving down your arms, relaxing your fingers. Now it moves down from your throat into your chest, relaxing your chest and your upper back. And you're beginning to feel as if you're melting, so relaxed and so peaceful. As it moves down your ribs, relaxing your rib cage, relaxing your stomach, your belly. Feel the warmth relaxing your hips as it moves down your thighs, relaxing you even more as it moves down your knees, down your calves, into your ankles, and out through your toes. And each wave of light relaxes you 10 times more deeply, becoming very heavy and very limp. And yet you feel as if you're light as a feather. And each breath, this wave of golden light flows in from the top of your head and out through your feet, relaxing you 10 times more deeply. Feeling your body sink into the chair or the bed. Just the thought of moving relaxes you even more. Another wave of relaxation comes in through the top of your head, down and out through your feet, 10 times more relaxed, sinking deeper and deeper into relaxation, melting into the bed or chair, feeling very heavy and very limp, but also as if you're floating. You can feel your body becoming lighter and lighter. Now scan your body, starting with the top of your head. Just observe any heaviness, weight, tension. Start at the top of your head, down the front of your body, down your toes. Move to your heels and up your back to the top of your head. And just scan your body for any heaviness or weight, any tension. And just allow this golden light of relaxation to float into those areas and relax and release any tension, any weight. Now you're feeling 100 times more relaxed. Now go back to scanning your body for any pain, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual pain. Scan your body and just observe where it sits. Now, bring your focus to the area where this pain resides. And as you observe it, you notice it's a color. Maybe you can imagine the color or a color shows up. Either way is perfect and fine. Just observe the color. And observe where it resides. Now imagine with your hand, you're going to pull this color out and allow it to pool on the floor. Just keep pulling, releasing, and let going. And if you come to any resistance, just breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, give yourself permission to release and let go. And as you exhale, it easily and effortlessly pulls to the floor. And whatever you experience is perfect for you. You may feel this color move throughout your body. Just continue to pull it out and allow it to pool. And make sure you've gotten it all, because sometimes it likes to hide and disguise as something else. Just give yourself permission to release and let go as you continue to pull this color out and allow it to pool to the floor. Give yourself permission to let go. Now, once it's pulled to the floor and everything is out, Imagine you can pick it up like a ball and just observe it. Observe if the color changed or did it stay the same. Now you can see this color moving in a certain direction. Just observe the direction it's moving in. Now with both hands, spin it in the opposite direction. And each time you spin it, it gets 10 times faster. Each time you spin it, it spins 10 times faster as it did before. Faster and faster, so fast it begins to float, as if it has a life of its own. And when you know there is no way it can ever spin the opposite direction again, push that back into the space you took it out of and inhale deeply and exhale, releasing any fragments. Taking another deep breath and a big sigh of relief as you exhale. Now just observe this space and notice if it feels the same or different. Now imagine a violet light pouring in through the top of your head. This healing violet light will clear out any old fragments, anything that no longer serves you. Allow it to pour in through the top of your head, down your body, and out through the soles of your feet. And just allow it to clear, transmute, transcend anything that no longer serves you across time, space, dimensions, and realities. Giving yourself permission to release and let go, while opening yourself up to the new, to receiving. And as this violet light pours out through the soles of your feet, you can feel roots coming out through the soles of your feet, deep into the grid of earth. And the more you release, the thicker these roots become. And you become sturdy, strong, feeling loved and supported. And now Mother Earth wants you to receive her nurturing, loving energy as she feeds it up through these roots into the soles of your feet. Allow this energy to flow up your body into your heart space, while the violet light pouring in through the top of your head, allow it to pool in your heart space as it merges with Earth's nurturing, loving energy. And allow the two energies to combine, becoming its own color. Just observe the color. And like a sun, it begins to spin faster and faster, opening and expanding your heart space. And you can feel this color, this beautiful light of combined energy, opening and expanding your heart. And push it out, outside your body. Allow it to envelop your entire physical body. Push it out into the room. Push it out into the planet, out into the universe, and send this loving energy to anyone you wish and anyone who has caused you pain. Just send them this loving energy of peace and light. Send it to the planet, to the cosmos, all beings and life on earth. Slowly pull this energy back into your heart space, placing your hands on your heart. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you feel peace, love, and acceptance for yourself and everyone around you. And when you're ready, open your eyes. So I know there's a delay on the video, and I know sometimes some of you fall asleep on me, which is fine. If you did, nighty night. Thank you for joining me. How do you feel? That is one of the most intense energy healing practices, I guess. I don't know, that you can do. And there's many different ways you can use that, but it is so powerful because you're able to identify something that you really can't identify, and you're releasing it based on your way of identifying it now. So it's a very powerful practice. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it a practice. So before I say nighty night to all of you, everyone, this card is for all of us, no matter what deck you chose. Oh, that's awesome. It's really good if you have physical pain also. I am willing to change. I am willing to release old negative beliefs, which we just did. There are only thoughts that stand in my way. My new thoughts are positive and fulfilling. And there's the butterfly, those of you who need a butterfly. Oh, that is awesome, guys. Tati, Bernadette, I am glad. And this is why I felt like this is what I wanted to do for the meditation, because I know everyone's in a crazy space right now. And tomorrow, I don't know. Not that I'm saying like it's going to get so bad, but we're going to have our moments. So I feel like if we can release some of this stuff and ground ourselves a little better, it will be easier to work through, right? So, my beautiful friends, beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I love our circles. Thank you for all your support, your subscribes, your donations, your gifts. Thank you to my patrons for being very patient with me. I love you guys. Have an amazing night, and I will see you soon, probably before the full moon. Good night, guys.